I'd love to bring in Aman Nasri, and because you've tried to revitalize some of the assets that we have in a very Indic way and give it a modern touch as well. So how have you done that, keeping India and Bharat in mind?
I, I come from a refugee family from Lahore, so I had no connect with Bharat because I don't have a village. So perhaps deprived of it, consciously, unconsciously first, I think I made this effort because every time I was in a village, I responded very deeply. And having done 32 Neemrana projects in 18 or more states in India, quite most of them in rural areas, I made a very deep connect with Bharat actually, much more than most urban-born people do. And the question that the subject we're debating is very nebulous, and I wouldn't say that I have very hard, fixed thoughts on it because, as whatever one says about India and its exact opposite are true. So you could reason this way, you could reason that way, but for the moment, what I'm trying to reason is that when the village is sitting on earth, it's at home with itself, it's not disoriented, and it's less colonized, even its psyche is less colonized than the cities. So when a man, whether he's in the army or whether he's a computer engineer, working in Bangalore, working in Delhi, goes back to his village, his return to Bharat is when he is his real self, And when you come from the earth to concrete, has no soul. So I think that you get lost there, and there are good things to be said for cities too, but the subject that we're relating is Bharat and India, and I think everything in India is reasoned in a cyclical manner and not linear as the West does. So what would you do? You would succeed. You would do better and better and better, and you would eventually end up in a penthouse of a building that you own, let's say. And where do you go from there? Materialism, consumerism, where is it? You can't jump off. I mean, you can jump off the roof because lots of rich people commit suicide, but the return to that is back to the earth. So aspirationally, I think a lot of Bharat today wants to become India, and lots of India wants to become Bharat. Or the top end of that, those who've been through with it. I represent that lot. And I feel so enriched when I'm in India. I just took a friend of mine to a village in Haryana, and we were doing an underground step well, and we were doing a project. And that gentleman lives abroad and comes to India. And he was telling the guy who's just a caretaker, find me a place like this where, nobody can see, etc. So he said, sir, I'll tell you a story. And he said that there was a man who gave 2 goats to 2 people. And he said, take them to a place where nobody is watching and slaughter them and come back, and whoever does it right will have all my wealth. He was somebody perhaps without an heir. So one man goes, he looks around, he sees nobody, he throws stones, he gets the birds to run away, and he slaughters the goat. He comes by feeling damn good, nobody saw. And the other man brings the goat as it was. And he said, I couldn't find a place where I was not watched. Because this is heightened consciousness of the cosmos, How can you how can you butcher somebody and not think that you're being watched? You're not innocent. So that is the kind of greatness that Bharat can teach India, and that isn't easy to find. I have other examples, but I don't want to take too much time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste. We hope you enjoyed this Chitti Media content. Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.